So what I'm going to be reporting on in this video, I'm going to be counting down my top 5 currently existing dart rides that I've experienced. Hello there guys, my name is Coaster Chall, Doncaster-born, but built for theme park news, and welcome to a Coaster Chall top 5. Now we haven't done this video in quite some time. I'm not sure when the last top 5 video was, that's how long it's been. But it's been quite a few months since we did one. But we're here, we're back, top 5's are back, we know the news is dying down now. Hopefully we'll get some late announcements like announcing names and stuff for England's project, Alton Towers, Thorpe Hart, Chessington. We know there's a lot of places that are going to introduce projects next year, and 2021 is set to be a big year for the UK as well, especially for the Merlin chain. I think the Merlin chain's the one we're waiting on now in terms of the UK parks for big announcements. But like I said, this top 5 is back. We're back with the series. Close But Not Forgotten is going to be coming back at the end of the year as well. Merch Corner is going to be starting up either end of this year or going into 2020. So we've got a lot of stuff still to come. We've got 1 or 2, maybe 3 Halloween vlogs to come as well, depending on where I go to. Obviously, Yorkshire Wildlife Park Grim Tales event, I'll be trying to vlog that. And also either 1 or 2 or both of York Maze Howl's Screaming Alton Towers Scarefest. So there's at least 2, maybe 3 Halloween vlogs to come this October, so stay tuned for them. But yes, this is Coaster Chall's top 5. This is the top 5 currently existing dart rides. Now, dart rides are integral to theme parks. Absolutely integral, and we're going to be counting down the top 5 dart rides that I've experienced that are still existing to this day. So let's have a look then. So at number 5 we've got Darren Brown's Ghost Train. Now this is at Thorpe Park Resort. Now of course teasing began for this through 2015. It replaced Chief Ranger's Carousel in the arena. Of course the arena, if you didn't know already, in later years was used like a scenario for like the queue line going into the Fright Nights maze My Bloody Valentine. Now of course Darren Brown's Ghost Train is by Darren Brown, the illusionist, and it includes VR, special effects, live action, different scary sensations. It's all created by a few different companies that have brought together this new ride design, along with, I believe, Merlin Magic Making was involved in some parts of it as well. So yeah, it was a big project, but many people say it's a flop. To some extent it is, to some extent it isn't. Now Dan Brown's Ghost Train, of course, opened in 2016 before the mixed reviews gave it a revamp in 2017 to include the new Rise of the Demon part of the storyline and sort of enhance parts of the ride experience. Even though it still may not be operating, to the fullest extent, there is still potential for it to go further. So the reason it sits at number 5 is because I personally believe that Darren Brown's Ghost Train isn't one of the best dart rides I've experienced. Now I'm sort of thinking about it and sort of taking into account the other dart rides. I think Darren Brown's Ghost Train ranks lower compared to other dart rides, if you know what I mean. I have said it's my favourite dart ride in the past, but just recently it just feels like it isn't really. So I think it does need a little bit of work. But yeah, it sits closely at number 5 to number 4. Now of course, this list includes dungeons, and number 4 and number 3 are dungeon experiences. So number 4 is the York Dungeon. Now I'm sorry York Dungeon if you're watching this that it's rated so low in my top 5. It's just there's other dart rides that I like just as much as the York Dungeon. It's very, very close between 4th and 1st. 5th with Darren Brown's Ghost Train, a little further off, but 4th and 1st very, very close. So it's hard to pick my top 4 out of after Darren Brown's Ghost Train in 5th. But York Dungeon has to sit in 4th. Very good experiences, fantastic scenes. I am going to do a separate top 5 in the winter season going into 2020. My top 5 currently existing dungeon scenes. So make sure you stay tuned for that. And yes, basically the York Dungeon has this ending with the Highwayman and the Carriage Simulator. It's got things like the Torturer, the Plague Doctor, the Courtroom. It's got some fantastic stuff. The new show, Curse of the Witch. Make sure you go and check out our vlog from the opening day of the show, and also our exclusive interview separately and in the vlog with the marketing manager of York Dungeon, Ben. So big thank you again to Ben and all of your dungeon for that day. It was fantastic. I got some free pants with Curse of the Witch on from the Black Jester. If you've seen it in the vlog, it was a very good moment for me. So make sure you stay tuned. Make sure you go and check out that vlog if you want to see some more of it. But yes, York Dungeon, fantastic experience, but it sits number 4, but only just. It really is close between that and first, and third, and second. Speaking of third, the Alton Towers Dungeon. Now this only sits just a little bit better than York Dungeon, but only a smidgen, only a smidgen. Now Alton Towers Dungeon was the new attraction for this year at Alton Towers Resort. I did this year, replacing Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Obviously, I am going to do another top 5 in next year with the top 5 defunct dark rides that I've experienced, so stay tuned for that. But yes, the Alton Towers Dungeon. Now, that has some fantastic scenes as well. Some scenes that were in the York Dungeon, but just variations of it. Some differences as well, like the Black River boat ride. That was one of my favourite parts of the experience. And yeah, the Alton Towers Dungeon overall is a fantastic experience for families. It's a place to laugh and scream, basically. Coming in at number 2 then, we're staying with Alton Towers, and it's Hex. Now this opened in 2000. This is in the towers themselves. It's actually, interesting fact, it's in its own separate long green container type building at the back, behind one of the ruined parts. Because of course you can't touch the towers with anything you build inside. When they built the gift shop, they only built it inside that big archway door, and just to where you would normally walk into the first pre-show of Hex. Literally, just that long corridor, that was a gift shop before Hex came in. And Hex came in, and basically, yeah, interesting fact, the green container contains the Madhouse ride system by Vekoma. Basically, when they remove Hex, or if they ever remove Hex, they can only remove the parts that they added to the towers, like any decorations or anything, and they can only take the container. They can't do anything with the towers because it's a listed building. It's a grade 2 listed building, so they can only remove ride elements and decorations for Hex. If it does go, then they'll probably put another gift shop in there, or they'll try and make an even better dark ride with the towers ruins, which, fingers crossed, that is the case. It would mean the removal of Terror of the Towers and other mazes that have been inside there and stuff like that, but a dark ride's a dark ride. But Hex is a fantastic dark ride. It's got some brilliant effects. It was running the best it's ever done this year, and I don't think they made any changes to it until that Towers of Uncan makeover a couple of years ago. But it felt like they made some changes to it this year. I don't know what it is. It just felt different, and it just felt like a better ride experience. So it was number 3. It sits number 2 now, above the Alton Towers Dungeon. Originally, it was Toyland and Charlie and Chocolate Factory, but both Toyland and Charlie, of course, are defunct now. So, you know, the Alton Towers Dungeon was like 6th, and now it's like 3rd, and now Hex is 2nd because of the better ride experience on it. Finally then, number 1, this is at Blackpool Pleasure Beach, and yes, it's been played with issues this year, but it's still one of my favourite dark rides I've ever done in my life, and that is Valhalla. Ride the Adventure Project 2000 at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. It's a water flume dark ride. It sits in this massive building with a gigantic rock facade with a big skull entrance at the front. It's got some brilliant Ride of the Valkyrion Viking type theming. It's got some really good water elements, the big puff of water as you come to the final turn into the station. You get that big poosh of water and you get splashed one more time. One of my favourite elements on this ride is the double drop in the Ring of Fire. I'm not sure if the Ring of Fire is still there now, but if it isn't, then what a rare, element to have, to go through a Ring of Fire. Also, the fountains that we're crossing over. It felt very... I was looking at video footage and it was like I saw a picture of Bubbleworks again. You know, the big fountain entrance when you go down the bath time drop on the old... on the Professor Burt Bubbleworks and the Imperial Leather Bubbleworks and the Bubbleworks without the Imperial Leather sponsorship, the year before it changed to Gruffalo. It kind of felt like that with the fountain entrance kind of thing. So it was giving me good vibes from that. The big fire scene. I'm not sure why this place, that ride hasn't burnt down yet with how much fire they're putting in it, but it's all special effects. It's all done precisely and accurately, and they've done a fantastic job with it. So even though it's played with issues this year, it's definitely still one of my favourite dark rides I've ever done. If I go back and do it at some point in the next couple of years, next few years, It may go further down the chart, but of course this is a 2019 top 5. It could change next year. I may do some of these top 5s again next year, especially the Flamingoland top 5 coasters. You know, after riding Inversion next year, the 10 Looper, whether it's opening day or not, you know, that's going to be interesting to see where it places in my top 5. But thank you very much for watching this Coaster Chall top 5. Like I said, we haven't done one in so long. But of course it didn't upload yesterday, so I've decided to re-record it and upload it today. So I hope you guys bear with me. But thank you very much. We've got some good videos to come, like I said, over this Halloween and festive period. Of course, Halloween. Stay tuned for at least 2, maybe slim chance of 3 Halloween vlogs. Of course, the 3 events I'm talking about are York Maze Hallowscream, possibly Alton Tower Scarefest, and of course the usual Yorkshire Wildlife Park Grim Tales event for the families. That'll be a good event to vlog. I've done a couple of vlogs from Yorkshire Wildlife Park this year already, and this Halloween vlog will be no different. Also the festive period, I'm sure we're going to get loads of news updates over winter season, and of course as well the Yorkshire Wildlife Park Christmas Fair, which is an event that I haven't done yet, but I'm excited to see, you know, how festive they make the park look over December in that sort of event. So that should be a cool vlog if I go, so make sure you stay tuned for a vlog in December, fingers crossed. But thank you very much for watching this little Coaster Chall top 5 video. Make sure you stay tuned if there's any theme park news or updates that come out later on. But for now guys, thank you very much. Make sure you like the video, comment down below your thoughts, and subscribe to Coaster Chall so you never miss a video by clicking the notification bell as well. And for now guys, keep living the coaster life, and I'll see you guys in the next video soon. Take care, have an awesome day my friends.